So I faced a lot of creative resistance this year, and maybe you have too. And I think the biggest thing that I've done to cure this creative resistance, this need to create, but the need to make sure that I'm hitting a niche or building myself professionally as an artist. On my other channel, I focus on exclusively AI, video, fantasy fiction writing, and the tools I use to accomplish those two things. On my main channel, this channel, I'm really just promoting my ideas in general. And I do this in order to stay creative in a way that relieves the tension and the pressure of whatever creative professionalism I'm trying to maintain on my other channel. I don't want to call this channel a low effort channel, but it's a low resistance channel. It's a channel where I don't think too hard about the scripts, and I'm trying to speak from a place that's articulated to the general concepts of creativity and whatever ideas I have on the top of my mind. It's a way for me to practice my thoughts as I feel them, as I hear them in my soul. And I think many of us could benefit from having this kind of dual channel approach. And I don't know if it's the best thing for growth, but I don't think growth always means getting more followers or getting more likes or getting closer to monetization or any of that. I mean, you don't want to waste your time, certainly, but I saw myself in a rock and a hard place. On one hand, I wanted to have really high quality things to produce. I wanted to show something that was great. And then looking back at the videos I made, I could have spent half the time on them and just been okay with making more volume. That is on my niche channel, on my specific professional channel. And I think the irony is I ended up making some better content by thinking about it less. I don't know if this is great high value content, but the high value I think comes from my experience with many bouts of creativity in my life, trying to master social media, trying to master my voice and the things that I want to say, the things I should say, and then the things that I know I need to say. And those things kind of overlap and meld into each other. But for sure, I've been able to sleep at night. I mean, literally, this year I've lost tremendous amounts of sleep. I mean, it's terrible for your health to lose sleep over your goals or any of that. So if you're losing sleep over being creative and you're kind of stuck, and I know there's like tons of content on this, but this is something that's really actionable. Just do a 1-for-1 strategy. You have your niche channel, you have that strategy in mind that's supposed to live up to the algorithm. It's supposed to be savvy to the business of content creation. That's a great thing. But in the long run, you're building an ecosystem of your ideas. And that's what my main channel here is, my main brand channel. So as far as creative resistance goes, we can talk very briefly about that. Let me talk about what I was going through. So several months ago, I realized that the content game is much bigger than just like making money off of content. What I realized is that it's a portfolio of your ideas. Now, part of making a good portfolio is making sure that it has some consistency across the board. You can write about a million things, but you need to make sure that you're getting better at writing and that there's a style that's going across the writing. The more specific your topics are, the less sophisticated your style is. The more broad your topics are, the more sophisticated and, like original and consistent your presentation has to be. That's kind of the short thing that I realized after just watching countless hours and practicing writing on Quora and X and everything. And, it comes down to the video. No matter what platform you're going to use, the sooner you can get more comfortable with getting your thoughts out on video, the more powerful that outreach will be. I think we all know that. That's why we're on YouTube. Now, to keep this video short, Here's something to take action on today. You know, for every very serious, like really specific niche video that you make, give yourself maybe 20% of the same amount of time. So if it takes you an hour to make your really niche important content, make sure you take some of that time to post somewhere, anywhere. Post into the void, but post something that your soul actually wants you to say, and stop suppressing that. It's like literally bad for your health. So I have been able to swing my circadian rhythm and everything back into order in just a few days, like a week of kind of stepping back from the process and saying, okay, when I hit my creative resistance and I don't know what to make, I switch back to this channel and I make whatever is necessary to help my ideas move forward for the day. Because after all, I think plugging away like a farmer, the consistency arbitrage, as they call it, is a very valuable thing, and you don't want to undermine that. And that's its own skill, to practice the consistency arbitrage every day. So that's one reason why I'm doing this. But another reason is that I know there's somebody out there, like statistically, there's going to be like 500, 1,000, maybe 2,000 people that are very similar to me, that have probably the same exact goals and interests. We're all kind of special, but we're also not that kind of special. And it's neither good or bad. It's just we're humans, and there's a certain relatability that we all have, no matter how isolated we think we are. So if you're feeling really stuck and you're really in that creative resistance mode, just vlog. Just give yourself a chance to vlog about something. Be an audience of one, and be an audience to your own soul, and listen. Good luck.